Shabbat shalom, family. Shabbat shalom. How you guys doing today? This is our next edition or our latest edition of taking a deeper look, where we will be kind of talking about things from a perspective here that is unique to Chasers of the Way. With that being said, Amo Ray is currently dealing with some technical difficulties. He will be on as soon as he can, but the big homie G the man with the golden pipes, is definitely in the building. How are you doing this evening, my big brother? How you doing? If if you're talking, I can't hear you. I'm gonna assume that all is well. He's going out and coming back in. Man, both my brothers is having some technical difficulties. But with that being said, it is the pesky little brother. Probably not so little as much anymore, but it is the pesky little brother. That being said, thank you all for joining us. Give you guys a chance to come in. Wipe your feet off at the door. Like, share, and subscribe. Feel free to comment. Let's see, we do have Sister Tasha with the precepts that are definitely on deck. Thank you last night for all that wisdom that you were offering to the young people as we were having our discussion. Also, we have Princess Malaysia, one of the young people, definitely up in the building. Mama Ray's wife, CC, up in the house, in the building. Definitely come in, like, share, and subscribe. Wiping your feet off the door. Let's see who else we got. We got Sister Mary from the great Northwest. How's the weather up there, Sister Mary? How's the weather up there? Is it as hot and muggy as it is elsewhere here in Texas and everywhere else that everybody else live? How is the weather up there? That being said, if you guys can hear me, please put a one in the chat. Please put a one in the chat if I can be heard clearly while my brothers are working on their technical difficulties. Also, let me see if I can actually put the link in the chat, because we would definitely even love some female participation on this particular topic. Last week, we were talking about the man. She said it's hot and muggy and gloomy. Yeah, it's kind of like that over here in Texas too, but the sun is like on one side and it's like dark and gloomy on another side. So we don't know if we're gonna get a storm. We don't know what we're gonna get here in Texas, but yeah, it's like that too. But with that being said, last week we was dealing with the sisters, and we had unique participation from Sister Mary, Sister Tasha. We also had our Sister Kia. She was definitely offering her insight and feedback on the sisters. But now, you know what? We men can't escape. We men can't escape. And so, given the fact that we men can't escape, we're going to flip the coin and let's talk about the men. So, everybody always want to talk about what the women still do. Oh yeah. I can't no longer really call myself the pesky little brother anymore. I guess I'm official now. I was asking, okay, for those that don't know, today is my birthday, so Sister Mary was wishing me happy birthday. With that being said, I was seeing that there's some like discounts I'm eligible for. You know, I mean, there gotta be some perks that come with being 50, right? I mean, you get them perks. You know, like do I get to order like the discount side of the menu now? I mean, what come with being 50? You know, is it just I'm a year older? Yeah, it is what it is. But with that being said, last week, Tasha said not yet. Man, that's crazy. I was hoping, just hoping. Man, got to get a little bit older to get some of them discounts. Um, but last week we were talking about, you know, what it is, some good black women, wives out there, etc. And so, with that being said, we want to talk about this thing from the standpoint of um, men and not allowing us as men off the hook. And so, um, let's see. Oh, Cheryl was just talking to Gene about discounts. Yeah, I'm curious. I don't know when the discounts kick in. I don't know. Stiffer bones. Shoot, I got those already. Oh, I got to wait till I'm 55 to get the. So Suka should be getting them discounts. Yeah. Suka should be getting them discounts. Okay, yeah, I think Suka's about 55. He should be getting them discounts. How you know, Naheem? You ain't even 25 yet. Now I'm playing with you. But yeah, okay. Never mind, Cheryl. I didn't. So Cheryl, you getting them discounts? I'm just kind of curious when
Yes,
them
she
discounts.
is.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just kind of curious when the
Hmm.
discounts again. Okay, got you.
Yeah,
How
she
you doing,
getting
my brother?
doing wonderful, my brother. I'm very tired. I was telling the wife, I had the day off today,
Mm-hmm.
but it felt like I worked today.
Yeah. Well,
I had to,
you got a senior in college.
yeah, had to take care of my baby girl. Had to take her back to school. Um, but I had got the oil change today.
Mm-hmm.
Had Anna had to get a new tire for one of the tires. It kept
Mm-hmm.
going. I thought it was a slow leak. Well, it was a slow leak, but dude pulled it off, and it was the hole was where they couldn't patch it up, so I had to get a new tire. So I had to do that. Then the wife had me ripping and running, getting some medicine for her. It's like I was constantly moving, man. Got back here not too long ago. Ordered some stuff from the store.
Mm.
Everything was there but the bread. So we had to go back and get the bread. Get home. She had to cook real quick. So I swallowed the meal as quick as possible to get to the computer, and the joker wasn't even working. But I'm here. All
but
praise. Shalom, everybody. Shalom, shalom.
but you more than a conqueror, my brother.
That's the best. Hey, that's what the book say.
You won. You won. You here now, man. Super was
Absolutely.
having some technical difficulties too. We couldn't hear him
Yeah.
earlier, so
Yeah.
he had to go out. If you
So
can,
wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
but
How you feeling being the 5-0?
like I'm still 49. I'm playing.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you know what? I will say this. I'm happy to be alive another year, but it's crazy when you think about, I guess, like the journey, like because we've been in each other's lives for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember the stuff we was doing when we were in our teens and 20s,
Mm-hmm.
and just being silly, and then transitioning from being silly young boys to a man, and just the things I used to think. That is an interesting ride, an interesting journey, and so I'd be interested to see how much more the mindset set does shift as you go from 50 and beyond. Should the Most High tarry, and should He allow me to see those days. I think about some of the friends that we had over the years, the people that we knew that did not even get to see 50.
Right.
So I'm appreciative of it, and so I think the Most High, that despite the times where I wasn't the most cautious or move reckless, probably even talk reckless at times, that He still had His mercy upon me, to see 50.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So
That's a beautiful thing. That's a
yeah,
beautiful
man.
thing.
So I feel like I'm officially part of the club with you brothers.
Yep. That
Yeah,
would be
man.
facts. That would be
Yeah,
facts.
yeah. So
All right. So have you put the link in the thread? Have we
yeah,
asked people to come up?
I did say something about that. I was gonna ask you if you could do it because you actually do it cleaner than me. It says share the referral link. Is that the link that I share?
So you click the it looks like a person with the plus sign.
Hmm. You talk about the present or invite?
No.
Oh,
So you see the orange tab. I guess it's orange, or where you can exit the studio.
I
If you
see.
look at from the right, so if you go from the right
Mm-hmm.
one, the third one looks like a person with a plus sign going right to left. Or if you go from left to right, you see the microphone far left.
No, sir. You talking about on my on my face?
No,
I see.
no, you're in the studio. So if you look down,
Mm-hmm.
you should have the microphone, your
Oh,
camera.
the camera and then the plus sign. There you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
so the human person with the plus sign, you click that, and then you just
Mm-hmm.
copy it, and then you just paste it into the comment section.
That could be why every time I call myself sharing the link, it didn't look like that. Thank you, my brother. See, I'm
Yeah.
learning.
So when you want to share, if you look at the person with the plus sign. If you look to the left, there's a look like a TV with a plus in it. That's where you share.
Yeah, that part I do know.
Okay.
Yeah, but how to share the link. I was saying I thought you had to hit share your referral link.
Oh no.
Oh, okay, that's what I was always sharing. So I was sharing the wrong link anyway. Got you. Okay. Well, with that being said, before we get into this video, that we have, the topic tonight is good black men. Tell me, have you seen them? Tell me, have you seen
black men?
Yeah. What are your thoughts initially on that before we get into the video, my brother? What are your thoughts?
I'm looking for the video right now, so give me 1 second.
I have it queued up just in case.
Oh, you already got it queued. Oh,
yeah,
sweet.
Got it queued up.
Sweet.
I did.
Well,
I didn't know how to do that.
I'm going to watch it for the first time.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I've been between Bible study and Shabbat lesson.
Yeah, man.
Didn't have a chance to watch, so I'll be watching it for the first time.
Right. Okay. Well, here's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and let me see. Let me share my screen then. Let me see. Share.
Can I be heard, family? Please put a I was going to say put a 1 million, but put a 12 if I could be heard. So I hadn't checked my volume before I got on because I was kind of rushing. If I can be heard, please put like a 12 in the chat.
And after they put 12 in the chat, can you see my screen, bro?
Not yet. You had to click. You had to. Did you click add to stage?
I thought I was sharing. Let me see. You said I got to add it to the stage. Oh, there you go.
There we go.
All right. So everybody should be able to see it. If y'all can see the screen.
Yep, everybody should be able to see it.
I might say put a 50 in the chat if everybody can see the screen. I can't see, so you guys gotta let me know if you put the 50s in the chat.
Yeah, I just put mine, so I'll let you know when they're coming in.
Got you.
Yeah, they saying we see it.
All right.
Yep, you good.
And the link is in the chat. We'll probably have to move it down and share it again, but we definitely would love a female participation on this one also. But this,
before you play it,
before you
play it,
okay,
can we get at least one person to come on stage? Can we get a male and a female to come on stage?
We share the link just in case, because
I just sent it.
Okay.
Yeah. Can we get one male and one female to come on stage? This is what taking a deeper look on Fridays are going to look like. We're going to look at video. We're going to talk about them. If we can get participation. Okay, here's what it is. Taking a deeper look. We want to show videos. It could be almost anything. And we want to have a small dialogue. If we can't get a dialogue, then we won't have a take a deeper look.
Yeah.
Because on Tuesdays, we have Bible study, we talk. And on Wednesdays, every other Wednesdays, there's a marriage class, and every other Thursday, there's young people class, and every Shabbat, there's a teaching. So at some point, we would like to hear you guys.
Yeah.
So we can't get any participation, then there wouldn't be a need to look at this video.
Yeah, there's other brains out there.
So
other perspectives outside of us. Uh-oh. One of the young lions has come on stage. Yeah.
We got Naeem, all praises. And I see we have Sister Tasha, all praises. Let's rock and roll. So you guys, along with myself, we're watching the video for the first time.
Guys, ready?
Yes.
It's not a long video. It's not a long video.
Can I be heard?
So many beautiful, well-rounded
Yes, you can be
women
heard. You can be
cannot
heard.
find a partner is because a lot of parents failed their sons. My mom on a walk had asked me, we know so many beautiful why so many beautiful, well-rounded women cannot find a partner is because a lot of parents failed their sons. My mom on a walk had asked me, we know so many beautiful, well-rounded girls. Why are they single? I responded with, your generation was so hard on the girls. Like, we literally had to be made out of glass. We couldn't afford to make mistakes. Failure was not in our vocabulary. Like, we literally had to be perfect. So now you have this large group of women that are almost like overperforming. So now you have this large group of women who know how to take care of a home, know how to take care of themselves, are family oriented, but they also have the ambition of a man and are career focused. Overall, they are performing at standards and expectations that are so high because back home, specifically, my parents are from India. Back home, women weren't granted the same privileges and rights back home in India. So my mom still had me performing the gender norms of a good Indian daughter, but I was encouraged to basically utilize the freedom that I had. Parents failed their sons because while so much pressure is being put on women, nothing was put on their boys. They were and are still coddled. They're not independent, meaning that they're codependent on their parents for multiple things. Also have no sense of leadership. They're consistently relying on a system for guidance and direction instead of building like that inner voice and trying to take initiative to build their life. That's why women are single. Because not only did we have to fight for the life that we wanted, it was completely possible to do that. Though it was hard, it was possible. But there are men that don't want to utilize this opportunity to better themselves and like have dreams and have goals. Instead, they're looking for a partner to be a replacement.
That's not true. None of this is true. Zero of what she's saying is true. And all of this is her theory, is her opinion, is her perception. But as a person that is 43 years old, that has traveled all over the country, all over the world, I've coached hundreds of men and hundreds of women. I will tell you that there's a power dynamic that is happening between men and women, and that's what it is. What's happening is this, all right? It's layers, it's filtered. The guys that are up here, the winners, they don't want the women that are overly ambitious and trying to make sure that they achieve the same as men because they don't give a fuck about what it is that you've achieved, that they only care about what it is that serves them. And the first thing that I seen that she said that gave me a red flag,
Fair
that
you.
helped me to understand that she don't really even understand the dynamics between how it, what's necessary in order to have a successful relationship. And I come from a successful relationship. I've been married for the last 21 years successfully. Is that the first thing that she said is, I want a partner. She didn't say I wanted a husband.
Very interesting.
Yeah, let me see how I can stop sharing this without kicking myself out. Do I stop sharing up top?
I want a partner and not a husband.
Big difference.
Yeah, that's major. Well, just right off the top of the dome, some thoughts that popped to my mind as she was talking. It is funny how we as people like to generalize things and then carry it for the whole populace.
Yeah.
Considering we haven't been to every culture, we haven't been around the world. Some of us haven't been around the world. Some of us don't have the means to travel around the world. But to say what she said is kind of, in my opinion, ignorant. Also, a lot of men don't want women that has masculine energy. Okay, you a boss on the job. You the vice president on the job. You're the president on the job. You're the CEO, the CFO, whatever you are on the job. But when you come home, you're not my partner. You're my wife. You leave your boss duties at work.
Mhm.
So a lot of these women are not married because one, they want to be those boss bees. They want to carry the masculine energy and also the feminine energy. There's so many areas we can take that, because if you go back, I don't know what, 50 years, 60 years, the roles were defined. It was husband, wife. For the most part, the wife stayed at home. The wife was the mother, and the woman was the mother, and the woman was the wife. We understand through the Democratic Party, a shift came, and that shift brought. We kind of spoke about this. I want to say, was it last week? A shift came where men, through obviously through their choices, but men through the system, were booted out the house. They grabbed, quick money, air quote, jobs that ended up landing them in prison or in jail. And then the government gave power to the women. What do I mean? They gave them subsidies for housing. They gave them food stamps, and they pretty much reward women for having children. So the more children you have, the more money you can make. So
Mhm.
now it gives that sect of women power to not do anything, continue to have babies, continue to get this free money. On the flip side, you have those women that are your go-getters, and they chasing after that bag. So they go to school, they get the education, they get that job, and because now they have this prestige on this job, and I'm speaking general, by nature, you got to carry some type of male energy. If you are a boss of a company, if you are a president of a company, if you're holding a high position in a company, that by nature carries a masculine energy. And what we fail to do as, women, we don't know how to take that hat off, especially if your husband is not matching your income.
Mhm.
So now, if he's not matching your income, she uses it as a domineering um, structure. So, off the top of the dome, those are some of my thoughts. Also, what did I say? Let me go back to my little scribble. Also, oh yeah, that's about it. Yeah, so those are my thoughts. Just hearing it. What say you? Not everybody speak at the same time.
I know. I'm kind of waiting for our guests.
So when I'm sorry, y'all, I'm gonna try to put my thoughts into words. I'm tired and I'm a little scatterbrained, but I do agree totally with the line of Sister Mary's comments. Because when she said partner, that I was thinking the same, partner, that could be a lot of different things. A lot of things come with the title partner. And then it also can come with what gender of a partner are you speaking of? So are there any good men left? I say yes. It all depends on how she's looking in and what she considers a good man. Because clearly she said partner. So,
Mm,
Yeah,
strong
so
perspectives here.
the whole, I think what you said, Maureen, at the very beginning, in terms of everyone has a different view, right? And I'm certain she's speaking from her own experience. I think
Mhm.
overall, yeah, would you say that there are men out there who, due to certain upbringings, have certain ways of life, and there's a lot of immaturity, a lack of leadership? I think there's a lot of things. I wouldn't even just go towards childhood. I think the system, kind of what's been going on culturally overall, has certainly been impacting men, and that's why there's a lot of this red pill movement, all these different movements, where it's like hardcore men kind of trying to push this pendulum in the whole other direction, because overall, as we talked about with various government programs rewarding women for kicking the men out the house, and you can get more money on certain things for having more children when the man's not there. But if the man's there, you're not going to get any benefits from the government and whatnot. So there's things like that. So I think overall, culturally, there's a huge kind of oppression going on against men, and I think what she might be seeing, she could be attributing just to childhood, saying, "Oh, in general, parents have raised their sons the wrong way, but they're raising daughters the right way." Overall, though, to make the inference that there is no good men left in the world is, yeah, I think ignorant is the correct word to use. Certainly, there are certainly men who, through the word of the Most High, are learning how to lead family. There are certainly men who are learning how to put things in line and guide their family in the way that they need to go. I also think something that you said, Moray, in regards to, yeah, if a woman is married to someone else and they're not making the same income as them, since women mostly get into marriage expecting security and expecting safety and expecting it to be provided for, if they're ever in a situation where they're making more money, sometimes that comes with it, where they don't want to listen. They think all of a sudden the leadership or something changed at that point because they now have more money and whatnot. Yeah, I don't think those things are, of course, certainly aren't correct. There's still an order that the Most High put in place, but these aren't factors or reasons for saying there's zero good men left by any stretch.
I agree with Naeem as well. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I agree with Naeem as well. And also, when I was listening to her feedback or her comments, first thing I picked up was a lack of respect just for the man, period. Out of all of that, there was nothing positive said regarding a man. It was just a bunch of negative comments, and I picked up a lack of a lack of respect towards the man.
That's a good point. Speaking about, to kind of land back off of what you're saying, Sister Tasha, when you're talking about different cultures,
I was going to bring that up. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll pause. Go ahead, bro.
No.
You haven't spoken, so go ahead.
Okay. No, the reason why I was saying, especially when you talk about the Indian culture, there may be a little, if you heard like that in her speech, there may be a vindictive thing to that, because in many of the Indian culture, the daughter is not even given the father's last name. And so all the rights and privileges of the house that she was even talking about, they go to the son. Whereas the daughter is often kind of looked at as just another byproduct and another bargaining tool, especially from the Eastern culture mindset, her being able to be given to another family to be married off in that family. Was, I know that when I used to work with a couple Indian children in my own personal professional experience, that's how the daughter felt about her culture, and that she was not as one who was really apt or excited about the prospects of being married and wanted to pursue a lesbian lifestyle based on her kickback to the function of that culture to begin with. I don't know if you were going there as far as factoring in culture as part of her experience or reasoning, but that tends to be, when you talk about the lack of respect and things of that nature, that might be something that's akin to the Indian, or I would say the East Indian culture, that is.
Yeah. I was telling the wife, I said, I work with a woman from India, and her accent is very strong. And so we talk, and she says that even in their culture today, to your point, they find family, they find a husband for their daughters,
Mm-hmm.
and they marry their daughters into that family.
Yeah.
And for the majority, they don't have a say. And if they do have a say, then the family will disown them.
Mm-hmm.
So if they don't like that husband or that potential family, and that daughter speaks up for herself and say, you know what, I don't want to marry him, then
Mm-hmm.
the family will not own her.
It's looked at as shame. Yeah.
It brings shame to the family.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be a culture thing as far as her disdain or for her statements. Um, yeah, I find that really interesting how when we get a good look at these different cultures,
Mm-hmm.
and we can kind of get an idea of why they're saying what they're saying, it can make sense if a woman has her own independent thinking, but from the culture standpoint, you're not allowed to have your own independent thinking.
Yeah.
And so now you're looking at what's supposed to be a prize. You're looking at something that's a good thing
Mm-hmm.
as an evil thing because they take away your independent thinking as a woman. That
Yeah.
could be some of that as well.
And it's interesting because when you look at our culture from an Israelite perspective, I know that Suka was trying to touch on the Isaac and Rebecca thing, and I like the transition that we see in the scriptures, where even though Rebecca was selected to be in the family for Isaac, she was still given the respect of, do you wish to leave with him? You know, there was a respect for her desire or her choice to come or to go, or some agreement. Now, according to the Torah, it's still ultimately up to the say, especially of the father. Like if one of my daughters, according to the Torah, agreed with made a marital vow, as a dad, I have the right, if I don't feel comfortable with that, to say, nah, we're not doing that. But at the same time, I know when it came to Rebecca's case, there was a respect for that. And so I think there's a balance that probably is needed to be had. We're probably getting into something else that's away from the topic. But to the point of that, I believe that her belief about men is based on her cultural experience. Now, I will say this, I think a lot of that has spilled over into us. Well, when you see the imagery that's put on television, or you see the narrative, which is why I think these type of topics are so important. We need to control our imagery and the narrative, because it's quickly highlighted where you have brothers acting ignorant, or you have sisters acting ignorant, or the imagery of, we being deadbeat dads and stuff like that, of that nature. But you don't see too many positive images outside of the Huxtables of thriving Black men with strong Black women, and they're developing great households with children that are, functional and thriving and doing well themselves. You don't see that too much.
So what would be the solution in particular for our people? We're talking about kind of deviate from the video, but
Mm-hmm.
in our culture here in America, we know women for the most part are built up. The men are brought low.
Mm-hmm.
A couple examples of that would be like we're watching sports. You hear a lot of athletes talk about their mothers.
Mm-hmm.
We rarely see an athlete talk about their father.
Mm-hmm.
When we're watching movies, a lot of times the female is the heroine. The husband gets killed, and it's the mother saving the family.
Yeah.
So we can see in this culture the propping up of women and the bringing low of men. So now we go into your imagery. What would
Mm-hmm.
be some solutions in particular for our culture when we're bombarded with all these images. Then we couple that with real life, because to be honest, a lot of us are not in ideal situations, whether it be a poor neighborhood, lack of resources, whatever the case may be. But it doesn't stop the imagery. It doesn't stop the images
Yeah.
of, women being put up here and then the men brought low. What could be some solutions, or what could we do as a people to try to change that narrative? I'm curious to see what could we do, because there's enough churches, there's enough, we have enough air quote Bible scholars, but the grassroots, like these like real situations, what could be some solutions? Not, I mean, understanding we can't help everyone, we can't save everyone, but how do we make an impact? Is it education? Is it, I mean, what are some solutions you guys think?
From my perspective, I'm sitting here, I'm thinking about it can start as from our own personal lives and our families, starting with the younger boys, building them up at an early age, and try to replace a lot of the images that they see, mainly, on TV. If they watch a lot of TV, then find more positive things for them to watch on TV. Like on YouTube, for my grandson, I encourage him to watch more of the Bible, what is it? Bible sagas, is where he can see images that looks like him, images where they're king, they look like men of, people, royal people versus slaves, and just men that look hood, so to speak. So start there, because when our kids go into these schools, it's all kind of things are being spoken over and in their ears. So starting there, and then from our older kids, teenagers, constantly speaking positive things to them, encouraging them, supporting them, but not also providing discipline to them as well, and correction. We don't care what they doing down the street. If they wearing their pants down the street, if they sagging down the street, we're gonna pull our pants up and we're gonna wear a belt. So it's just the little bitty things that I think we can do different, starting with just the ones that's close to us, because our community starts within the house first. And then once we build up our young boys, teenage boys, young men, then just imagine after so long, that cycle, it'll start to turn. And then when, they become young men, us as women, be careful on how we use our tongue towards the man in our lives, so we can build them up versus tear them down with just the words that come out of our mouth as well. So with helping kind of turn the tables on the stigmatism that comes with the phrase that there aren't any good men left, I put the responsibility back on us women, us sisters, us mothers, us aunts, us grandmothers.
Sister Tasha, if I may, and I applaud you as a lady for saying that you put the responsibility on you, but that charge wasn't given to you. Like, okay, let's go back to the garden.
It was not, but I was just speaking more realistic today.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. We have to be realistic.
Yes,
you can take responsibility for the part that you play, but I can't let you take the blame. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. I understand.
And what I mean by that is, listen, me and my wife came from two opposite backgrounds. I was primarily raised by my father. She was primarily raised by her mother. And while that may have caused some challenges in our marriage and conflict, because she had a strong mother, I had a strong father, this is what I've come to the understanding. My responsibility doesn't change because it's challenged. The Most High, if I'm called myself, because we men would say this, if I'm called myself made in the likeness and image of the Most High, one thing I learned about the Father is he doesn't, sorry about that, he doesn't stop being God because his goodwill or his good nature is challenged. And so with that being said, I didn't ask my wife permission to parent my kids. I fought to be a father. And I'm not talking about I fought her. I mean, even her mother. I mean, there was things personally that we went through. And I think a lot of times we allow ourselves as men, when that nature, that role is intent to, that is challenged, that we fall back. But there's sometimes when you have to be fearless, that you have to be strong and courageous in that and perform the righteous act. The book says that in I think it's something about in the last days that he will turn the hearts of the father to the children, the hearts of the fathers to the children. And so the onus has always been on us, whether it's readily recognized by the women that we partner with or society as a whole. We have to take our homes back. And that means earning the trust back. Me and my wife are talking about this today. The buck busting. We understand that the buck busting and the castration, those were natural things that happened to the ancestors when they first came here. But now it's more systemic to the point of now you got, the women are able to choose between Section 8 and food stamps and all the government assistance or a man. Whether she makes that choice for me or not does not absolve me of the fact that I have children. And in me having those children, I need to be more than just a paycheck in their life or just a name that they heard of. I need to be strong, I need to be steady, and I need to be present. And if the woman that I have the children by is on board with me, all praises to the Most High. But if she's not, I still have to step up. I can't make an excuse. I got to fight to be a father. I mean, I don't know, maybe when you talk about the topic being, I can't absolve us. He's going to come to me and he's going to say to me, and I'm talking about not just me personally, but as men, he's going to say, what did you do with the children I gave you? And I can't sit here as a man and say, well, the woman you gave me, she didn't let me be a father. If I know that they're out there, I got to step up and fight to raise my kids. I yield.
So what happens if, for whatever reason, that they're not together and they use the children as a weapon against you and they make it very difficult to, in your words, fight to be a father in their lives? So I know you guys in your fields see this sort of thing where you have a man who would want to be in his children's lives, but because of the system and the situation or whatever happened, the woman is empowered to use it as a weapon.
Even in the courts.
Even in the courts.
Yeah, she's right.
So what do we do? Well,
I would always encourage dads to find the subtle ways, whether it's, remembering like certain like gifts or like what it requires to be a parent. So maybe instead of giving cash, you do bring if especially you have a baby, a baby, bring the diapers, bring subtle things, bring peace offerings. One thing that our forefather Jacob did when he was with dealing with Esau is he, whether we feel like, I got my perception of what he did, but he was sending offerings to his brother Esau. And I think there's a way to there've been brothers that I've advised, start with the little things. Maybe instead of, giving money or trying to argue and get into the house, just, buy a few outfits, buy some clothes, keep the receipts. So that way, when you go to the courts, you got receipts of your efforts, things that you make, little subtle things that you do. So that way, when you petition the court to actually have a time visitation and stuff, you can say, these are the efforts, the things that you've done These are the times that you reached out and called and there was no answer. Document these things so that way when you go through the court system, you have a leg to stand on. If there's a child support order, make sure that your child support is current. Preferably, I tell them don't let it get to the courts. But if it goes to the courts, make sure that you keep up on your child support. So when you request a visitation and things of that nature, you'll have it right. Because one thing I find out about the kids that we do serve, they be wanting their dads. They be crying for their dads. They want interaction and stuff with their dads. But they, for whatever reason, it always errs on the side of the mom, and the dad has to fight. And that's a challenge. It is a challenge. But there's little things you can do to equip yourself to be able to justify why you should have the contact and why she's not giving you the contact and that she's wrong in this account. If that makes sense.
That does. Before I move on, hey Kai, go ahead and speak in.
Hey everybody, this is Kai here.
A young dad doing his thing. Probably
Yes,
a
sir.
young man.
So to answer the initial question, what things can be done, and mind you, I do agree with both of you guys said. All in all, it starts with the parents, right? Both mother and father, more so fathers. I feel like nowadays I think that the pendulum is starting to kind of swing back towards having more fathers in the home. I'm not sure what it was like, years ago, but I feel like as a people we're getting towards that a better point, slowly. But I also feel as though, in the role of that father to demand more from our sons and of our daughters as well, as far as knowing um, what to look for in a person, because this is a cycle that's continuous, right? So once there's a kink in the cycle, it just it continues going, right? But once something is actually changed, or it's consciously like, okay, this needs to make a change so that this doesn't happen again, then that's where the pendulum starts to swing towards the other way, where we have more respectable men and women our in our people, and we move towards just greatness as a whole. But in that, women having a higher standard for men, and men having a higher standard for women, all in all can get us to where we need to be as a people. And I do also agree with you guys said, like, that starts with the parents and it starts with the children, because um I can't speak for the folks that are already lost, and how to get back to, how to get to a point where they can renew themselves, other than consulting with the father. But that's kind of where I stand on it.
Christ said, let the blind lead the blind. Both of them will fall in the ditch, right? We're saying the parents are, at the end of the day, responsible. What happens when the parents, well, let me backtrack. Those of us that are maybe 40 years and up, there was a time when we were raised by the community. Whatever little area you lived in, your neighborhood, everyone knew each other. You knew whose kid that was. And they treated you as if you were one of their own. Where did that go? Where did that go? Where I remember my next door neighbor, there were the elders. It was a mother, and then their father was in their lives, but they had what they call the common law marriage. They weren't married by the law, but they were married. Been together for ages until they both passed away. They had 3 kids. The daughter was a lot older, so she had her own spot, but their sons, Jamie and Jermaine, when their dad would go out and wouldn't come home for spaces of time, when discipline needed to take place, she would come over, she'd knock on the door, say, Mr. Copeland, can you get Jermaine or can you get Jamie? He would go over to the house, find out what went on. He would whoop them. It was parents being parents to others' children. Where did that go? I'm curious. What happened when, and I'll give you space in just a second, Binyat.
Yeah, you're fine.
There was a space in time when we received a paddling in school. What happened? I can't recall society at that point in time when there were discipline in school to the ratio of murders, drug addicts, because in that day and time, when you got paddled, that information got home to your parent. And for whatever reason, parents, and I'm not saying parents are not engaged in their children's education today. I'm kind of outside that sphere, so I don't really know what parents are doing. But I remember when I was in school, when you were paddled, that information got to your parents. If they had to discipline you in any kind of way, that information got to your parent, and your parent either came up to the school or your parent dealt with you when you got home. Where did these things go? Are you?
I'm glad you asked that. I think, again, it ties into when we were talking. Your dad went over and dealt with the elders. When we're talking, I know that just Satosh could probably speak to this even more, and some of our other older adults can speak to this more. When we are talking about, and I think Sister Deborah just said, it left when the people decided they didn't want the village, the morals and the standards in society as a whole plundered, and the more the government got involved. Oh, that we lost that statement. In other words, the government got involved. Parents couldn't discipline their own children. The more it was systemically done, because in our community we had a more of a tribal village mentality. I grew up in the same era you did. Got paddled in school, you got a whooping by basically the whole neighborhood. Anybody in the neighborhood could whoop you at any given time. It was like that. And so with that being said, and matter of fact, if you got a whooping at your friend's house, they call your parents and let you know they had to whoop you. Then you get a whooping when you got home because you got a whooping at your friend's house. So it was literally like that, where if you wasn't representing the standards and the morals that Sister Deborah is talking about, you got in trouble with that. What happens is now the government starts to pass rules or laws talking about certain methods of discipline. And maybe we were over the top with it when you talk about the stenching cords and the race car tracks and the broomsticks and stuff. We so-called Black people were very creative with the discipline, but what it did was it created a fear, because now it got to the point that all the kids had to say was, I'm being abused. And now you got social services in the home, and now there's the threat to take the children away, etc. So systemically, what it did was it removed a lot of sting to the authority of whether it was the father or the mother, whoever the primary disciplinarian was in the house, and it made, again, the government the parent. So when you talk about us as so-called Black people, we're being ran more so by the government and being disciplined by the government or the cops, and not disciplined by the fathers and the mothers. And so we tend to, look at our young people, etc., and they're the product of that upbringing, not the upbringing that you're talking about, where if you did something wrong, got paddled in school, your parents knew about it before you got home from school.
All right. So as we wrap this up, are there is there hope for our people?
The Father. I think we got to
Mm.
get back. I think we got to get back to the point where we continue to do our best to our generation of children to model that, and our children, as they begin to have children, need to do the same thing. He said that my people perish for lack of knowledge because they have rejected knowledge. They have rejected my laws. And so it's about us recognizing that we've gotten away from the tribal communal aspect that the Father gave us and get back to that where there is not only accountability within the home, but also accountability throughout your community. And I think once we get back to that, I think the Father, will heal us because we'll be priests to Him.
Okay. Chasers, I need some assistance. I need some help. Sister Cheryl is going to do something on the website. We need for you guys to come up with discussion points or topics that you guys would like to cover.
Yeah.
Again, we want to have Friday nights like an open discussion where people come on stage and give their opinions or give their truth to whatever we're discussing. I want this to be more interactive because, as I mentioned earlier, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, we're constantly teaching. So we would like to have some type of interaction with you guys. So be thinking of some topics that you guys are interested in. And again, it doesn't have to be biblical based, although we are a biblical based, congregation or ministry, but we live in the world. So it does not have to be biblically based. I would ask that let us not be triggered if we do come across some videos that may have some foul language. Don't be triggered. You have young kids, no doubt they're probably cussing in school. So be thinking about some topics that we can discuss. Let me ask, do you guys like this forum for a Friday night? We don't want to do anything that you guys don't like. Do you guys like this forum where we have different type of topics, show videos, discuss them, bring people on stage, have opinions? Okay, so I see a yes. Put 100 in the chat if you guys like this forum. So okay, we see yes. So we'll continue to do it, but again, what we're asking from you guys to have a couple of people come on stage, because like I said, we do a lot of talking.
Yes.
Online and offline.
Yes.
And so we will enjoy. Yes, so we would enjoy hearing your participation and your wisdom in whatever it is that we're discussing or possible solutions. So please, when she gets the would it be some type of like a poll you're going to do? Well, she's going to figure something out. She'll add it to the website. Please take time and go to the website. You'll be notified when it's up, when it's there. You'll get the notification that it's there. When you get the notification, please take time out. Give us your feedback. Give us your thought. And then we can start implementing some of these ideas for a future taking a deeper look, because we want to take a deeper look into the ills, not just in our culture, in our families, in our ethnic or ethnicity, but we want to look at it around the world. I have a lot of interest outside of, for lack of a better term, the Bible. We got to be well-rounded. We got to be balanced. Too much Bible is not a good thing. Yeah, I said that. Too much Bible is not a good thing. You got to be able to relate. The Messiah was perfect in showing you how to relate to people. So again, be thinking of some topics that we can, tackle. Again, they don't necessarily have to be biblical topics. I mean, there's a lot that we can talk about, but we want to get something that you guys will be interested in and that we can get a lot of participation, a lot of feedback, if that makes sense. So we appreciate those that came on stage today.
Yes.
So if you guys like this forum, we'll continue to move in this on Friday nights. Keep in mind, Tuesday nights, 7:30 Central Standard Time. We are on Google Meet. Go to chasesoftheway.com, click the Google Meet link, and then you can join us for our Bible study. And again, our Bible studies is open forum. There's a teacher, however, we encourage participation.
Yes.
We have Wednesday, every other Wednesday is our One Flesh, our marriage class with Elder Yehukanah, who is now 50 today. And we have Elder Sukkah. Then we have every other Thursday, the young people class. They had a really good conversation Thursday where they talk about things that young people deal with. When I say young people, I'm saying 30 and
not even 30, but definitely
well,
30.
almost 30.
Yeah.
I
don't know if the oldest one that be on there would like you saying that, but yeah, she'll have words with you.
Oh, well.
She almost 30. She almost 30.
That's my baby. She know I love her.
She'll come and swing on both of y'all.
Yeah, you know I love her. I love you, baby. You know I love you. Married, and we have some singles. So
yes.
Bring them out. Is their conversation about what's going on and what they're doing and what they're experiencing. And then Friday night, again, 7:30 here, doing what we do here. And then Shabbat on Saturday at noon Central Standard Time. And I encourage you all to please come out tomorrow. You're going to hear me say something several times.
And invite other people.
Yes, and please invite. Oh, another thing. When you guys come into these YouTube spaces, please hit that like button. The more you hit that like button, it allows this channel to touch more computers. After many pleas to come to YouTube, we're finally here on YouTube. So if you can please hit that like button, that would be a great help. I have a topic. Why do Ox and Akodes in truth that teach, why do they feel the need to be addressed by
I love that. Oh my God.
And you know what's funny? It's so funny you say that because, and they can attest.
Yes.
Leave it up to me. Just call me your Ox. Matter of fact, call me your brother. Call me your brother. You'll hear me say, listen to your boy. Listen to your brother. So that's a real good. Yes, sweetheart. I'm talking.
I'm just like soup.
Yeah.
That's a very good topic.
We're very informal over here.
That's a very good topic.
Ain't no cap.
We can take that in a lot of different areas too.
Really not cool with the title bit, but yeah, it is what it is.
Call me soup.
I'm fine with being called brother.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely keep that one on deck, sis. We appreciate that.
Love it.
Yeah, if you guys are able, please join us tomorrow. We have an interesting conversation. You're going to hear me talk a lot about milk and meat.
Man, please be here tomorrow.
Milk and meat.
Unless
The Messiah said there were some things. He said, I tried to teach you natural things and you wouldn't believe me. So I can't tell you of spiritual things. You definitely wouldn't believe me. So, yeah, milk and meat. The scriptures encourages us to get off of milk. Milk is the level reading of scripture. It's what you can see right there on the page. That's the milk. But when you're talking about meat, it's got to be revealed to you by the Spirit because it's not on the top page. So,
shut a mouthful with that, bro.
Yeah, man. So we're going to dive into some meat tomorrow.
Some meat.
At least I thought it was meat when he was opening my understanding to things that I read several times but didn't see it like I saw it. And what I'm learning is once you see something, you cannot unsee it.
Can't unsee it.
Get off that cow milk.
It'd be all over the Bible.
Somebody told me get off that cow milk.
Man.
So I believe we have an exciting lesson tomorrow. It'll bless your souls. Hopefully it'll encourage you. How awesome. The theme of the lesson is your Heavenly Father is awesome. And he's consistent and he's steady and he only has one program. From Jump Street to the end of it all, it's all the same. So again, if you are able to come and join us tomorrow at 12 Central Standard Time on the COTW TV YouTube channel, we would love to have you. With that being said, we're going to go and conclude. Silk, I'm glad you made it. Would you like to say anything, my bro? I don't know if you saw or heard some of the conversation, but if you have anything.
No, bro, I apologize. My system is just perplexing me. But my daughter gave me some Bluetooth headphones. I forgot to connect Bluetooth to the laptop. So I'm back in the game. I got some Bluetooth headphones. How they sound?
You sound good.
Well, that's all I want to be clear. I'm all praise to the Most High. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom, my brother.
Shabbat shalom. Well, with that being said, Israel, again, we appreciate. When I say we appreciate you. We cannot do this without you. So you are valuable. And we appreciate your participation. We appreciate your attendance. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
And we love you all dearly. So again, if you can make it to class tomorrow, we would love to have you. Come and get your pen and get your paper. Did I say that right? Yeah, pen and paper. Get your pen and your paper and bring your spiritual hat because we're going to eat on some meat and not milk. I have to stress that.
Yeah.
We're going to be looking at some meat and not milk. Bring your pencil, bring your tablet, bring your pen, bring your paper. Bring your cell phone if you use a cell phone to take notes.
You got the note feature in the iPhone.
Yes, sir.
The note feature.
Speaking of that, let me tell y'all real quick. So for those of you that don't know, I was a staunch Android user forever. We went from a BlackBerry to the Razor to Android. That's all we had was Android.
Mhm.
I went as far as to say anyone who had an iPhone, y'all need to come over to the light, which would be the Android, because Apple was the dark side.
Yeah.
So after my internet company, they uh, lured me in. They gave me a free iPad. Gave it to the wife. Wife messing around with it. Oh, I love this. I want an iPhone.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Got an iPhone. Oh, I love this. So now the family's like, you're the only one in the family, daddy. Because I was trying to get that Galaxy 25 Ultra with the pen, you know what I'm saying? So I can use the pen.
Mhm.
So the kids and the wife talked me into getting the Apple iPhone. And I have a saying, I hate that I like it. I don't know how else to put it. I hate that I like the Apple iPhone. So today we're taking our daughter back to school. And she gave me the address for directions. Y'all, when I say that, it was so easy, man. I'm like, oh my God. She airdropped it to me. See, I'm still learning the lingo to, being an iPhone user.
Oh,
She
you got
airdropped,
the little ping, little red dot.
bruh,
Yeah.
it said decline or accept. I accepted it and it just populated for me, man. I was like, oh my God. All I had to do, Sue, was just hit accept. It did everything else for me. See, with the
Yes,
Android, you got
sir.
there's steps you got to do. There's steps you got
Yes,
to go
sir.
through. There's hoops you got to jump. All you got to jump with the iPhone is click accept. It
That's
did everything
it.
else for you, bruh. It changed my life.
Hey,
I
that's like
hate.
You a
I
technology dude. You a technology
listen.
dude.
I hate that I like the iPhone. I hate that I like it.
and that's why when y'all would clock on iPhone, I just going ahead and just let y'all have it. Like you when you have the truth, the lie always come against the truth. That's how I feel about it. Like, you know what?
I'm like you, Sister
Yeah.
Miriam. I still have my Galaxy, and it's crazy because I'll look at it and won't even pick it up.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm about to upgrade on this iPhone. It's about that time.
Yeah, Sister Tasha. Come on over to the iPhone, sis. Come on over
She,
to the iPhone.
she holding out over there. She holding
Yeah,
out.
yeah, she holding out on me.
My
She
wife's still
probably
holding out.
got
Oh,
yeah,
Sister,
me.
Sister, your iPhone too, Sister Deborah? Oh, I thought you was Android. Why I thought you was on Android? I love it, sis. And I know my kids and my nieces and nephews say, now you're not green no more.
Hmm.
They used to get mad at me when I had it. They was like, "You show up green. Here come the green people." That's what they used to say. Here come the
Yeah, I'm
green
not
people.
green. I'm not green no more.
Mess with the whole chat.
Hey, sis, I'm not
That's
hating
what
on
the whole
Galaxy, sis.
said.
You know what? Before I got the iPhone, I was trying to talk to my wife, like, just let me get this. I was able to upgrade, so I want to get the Z Fold 7. I'm like, I got it. I was making every reason to stay with Android. But she's like, baby, come on. You know what Android is about. Coming over to Apple. So I submitted to the wife and the family.
Yeah, exactly. Take that woman to get you over, boy.
But I hate that I love it.
He said that to my face.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Because for those that know me, I was a staunch opposer to all things Apple.
Hmm.
But I seen the light. It makes your life easier. To me, it makes your life easier. But that's my little rant with the experience of my daughter airdropping. I think it's right, airdropping the directions. Y'all know what else tripped me out too? And I'm gonna be quiet. When I first got my phone, I had to go to Apple University. So my kids had to, school with a daddy on how to use this thing. They was like, "Yeah, Dad, you can hit this button right here, and I can see your screen. Share screen." Blew my wig back.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be done. They messed me up with this. So I'm at work. I think it was Thursday, and my daughter had called, and I missed. It was Wednesday. It was because my granddaughter's first day of what was she at in preschool? What was it? What? Pre-K. So Wednesday was my grandbaby's first day at pre-K. And so my daughter sent me a video of her getting ready to go to school, but I missed the call. Guess what she did, y'all? She was able to record the call. I was able to still, even though I didn't pick it up live, she FaceTimed it to me, y'all. Blew my wig back, bro. Cause see,
this is an Apple feature.
A says that airdrop is crazy work. Crazy work.
Y'all better come on and get with the times.
Listen, when you got it like that, you ain't got to brag about it, man. You just live it, man.
Oh, so I'm gonna FaceTime you, Sister Deborah. So I can FaceTime. Oh, my wife will FaceTime our kids just to say hi. I ain't want nothing. I just like using the FaceTime.
Yeah.
Just because she can.
My dad do the same thing to me.
Sister Tasha, I was like that too, sis.
He'll FaceTime me mid-call.
I was like that too, sis.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my little rant, y'all, on my
no FaceTime for Android users.
My experience with Duo with Android. Do away with Duo. Yeah, got exactly, wife. Yeah, so I'm done. Thank you all.
Tasha, you're like my wife. My wife, she still is fighting. You know, she's the only Android user in the family.
In the family.
In the family.
Yeah, the only one. I will
That's
say
what I'm talking about. Just do away with Duo. Man, get that junk out of here, man.
Yeah.
Man, get that junk out of here.
Yeah, I'm like,
it could be like FaceTime more. That's what it's gonna do, boo.
So Natasha, I said the same thing, sis. But you got to come to the light at sometimes, sis.
Makes it easier.
It makes your life a whole lot easier.
It makes things easier. Mm-hmm.
And just to tell you, there is no galaxy.
So I can FaceTime. That's it right there, sis, Sister Miriam. Absolutely.
And the security features, they don't just readily give up your information.
To my wife's point, I can't speak for everybody, but I'm gonna speak for everybody. There was no one stronger than me when it came to being a lover of Android products.
I think my wife got you beat, man.
Nah.
I'm telling you, that chick, man, she's fighting.
Well, she probably do not because she's still holding on to it.
Yeah,
so I'll
relinquish
that.
She was fighting the day.
Yeah. Hey, if she's nearby, tell her it's just a matter of time. You can't avoid the inevitable.
Yes, it's gotta come on through. Take the mark.
you got to come on over.
Right.
You got to come on over. But yeah. We love you all.
Yes, we
enjoy
do.
the rest of your night. One more thing. So my wife, being the bowl of wisdom that she is, she asked our daughter, "Do you have everything?" "I got everything, mommy." "Do you have everything?" She began to name some things. "I got everything." Why did she get a phone call? "Mommy, I left my fan." "Mommy, I left my pillows." I think I left some things in the dryer.
That's something
What
about
we
right.
So now, so a Soup, but here's the kicker though, Soup. She wants us to bring her back tonight, Soup.
Leopold.
And you know what? And you know what I'm gonna do?
You gonna take it back?
As soon as I get off this call,
Yep.
we're gonna go right
Yep.
back downtown Houston
Yep.
Yeah.
and drop the stuff off to her, y'all.
Now, when I drop Juvenile off, I'm like, dude, you got everything. We ain't going back. That's a drive.
Yeah, for you, yeah, it's a drive.
Yeah, for you, that's not doable, Souk.
Nah, I ain't doing it, bro. You better have everything.
I'll
Yeah.
mail it to you. But all right, so now I'm done, y'all. So I gotta get off this call because I gotta get this stuff together for my daughter. And keep her in your prayers. Her name is Promise. There's a story behind her name. I might even tell it tomorrow. But her name is Promise, and she's a graduating senior. So we are very proud of her. And if you look at my what they call this thing, Benya, what this my picture right here, what they call it? My avatar. If you look at this avatar, she drew that avatar.
Mm-hmm.
That's my daughter's hand. She drew that. So keep her in your prayers. Again, her name is Promise. While she tracked through her last year in college. With that being said, okay, now I'm for real. I'm done. Enjoy the rest of your evening, Israel. And again, if you guys can come and enjoy and spend some time with us tomorrow for class, we would love to have you guys. So with that being said, I'm done. Brothers, anything before we leave?
Shalom. Love you, Israel. 12 o'clock tomorrow. Look forward to seeing you.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, Israel.